Well, it's the countdown to the holiday season, but tonight it's a very special night. It's the countdown to an important game for PHSC and the men's basketball team. The Bobcats up against the Titans of St. Petersburg College. Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Robert Lischak, your voice for Bobcat Sports. Welcome to Bobcat Pregame Now, the pregame show for all of your athletics. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. PHSC is hoping to do some magic here for the first time in 14 years, win against a Division I JUCO team. They have to face a formidable threat, that being St. Petersburg, who won against PHSC 90 to 75, I should say. Excuse me on that part. But here are the stats you need to know for tonight's matchup. They're averaging 87 points per game, right? Their free throw percentage is exactly 69.4%. From three, they're hitting it 48.9% of the time thus far. They are averaging 22.3 rebounds per game, and they have a 2-6 overall record, fourth in the division. They do have a 5-game losing streak. It's been a very difficult schedule for the Bobcats, but as Phil Gaffney has told me, they are getting better with every single game. Moving on to tonight's opponent, the Titans of St. Petersburg College. They're averaging 77 points per game. They actually have a less free throw percentage and three-point percentage than the Bobcats. 64.9% for the free throw and 30.7% when trying to shoot for three. They have a 46.6% in terms of the field goal range. As of December 1st, they have a 2-3 overall record, or a 400 win percentage. They are 0-2 when playing away, which is going to be an interesting factor in terms of the stats here. Again, St. Pete 0-2 when playing away. Of course, they're playing here inside Building K, the Bobcats' home territory. So we'll see how that's going to play out. We move on to the overall record through recent games. It's been a struggle for the Bobcats. I can say it from my personal experience, but so far they have improved almost every single time, improving their game. That may not look like it in terms of the final score, or more specifically the losses. But again, this is a rebuilding team with a new head coach, and of course, some big players are out of the game. More specifically, I should say, Kalen Wiggins, the best three-point shooter on this Bobcats offense, out for the rest of the season. He is expected to come back for the 26-27 season, along with the fact that Phil Gaffney is hoping that a lot of these guys will come back in terms of next season. And of course, there's also recruiting in the summer. Again, 5 straight losses. PHSC hoping to reset from this road trip because conference play is coming up in January. We're already in December, and there's going to have a couple games in the middle of December, not a lot in terms of their scheduling from November or October. So now we go into my favorite part, which is coach talk. I talked to Phil Gaffney a lot about this team. What makes it interesting? What are the challenges? What is it? And Phil and I had an excellent conversation. It's about the pacing, right? Dial up or down. They need to be decisive with their plays, especially considering that this team is going to be more physically dominant because of the wingspan, because they're taller. PHSC needs to control that pacing. They need to be fast when they want to be. They need to slow it down if they're doing way too much. Limit turnovers and handle possession. One of the biggest things I saw from last season, and it is a common issue, I think, with young developing basketball teams, is they cannot hold on to the ball for an extended period of time. They are just juggling around like a circus, right? And so for PHSC, they have to limit that. They got to limit those turnovers. They got to handle possession. They can't think before they jump into the pond. They have to know that's water, that's cold, that's wet. I don't want to be part of that. Let me go and use the bridge that's right across from it. Right? Internal leadership prevails. I think if you see with this Bobcats roster, they are getting along together pretty nicely. There's been some great plays. I think the internal leader right now is Malcolm Wharton. He is the guy that you're going to see at the very beginning of every single play. I saw it when I was here for the first match. I was here when we had our last home game. It's just improbable, right? It is going to be right there. Wharton with the direction of Seldom Ridge, or Wharton with, again, you have someone like Joseph Stosh, or you have Boyd. Again, it's about that leadership. Who's going to communicate more? Communication is key. If they don't have any communication, if everyone's on a different page in this big old book, they are going to miss the whole point of setting up that play. And that offense from St. Petersburg, that defense from St. Petersburg, I should clarify, is going to scoop up that ball and get 2 or get 3 and continue to add more. Overcome the oppositional pressure. I've seen it time and time again. When things are not going in the direction of the Bobcats, it starts to break down, right? In the same way that we see with a lot of young athletes. This was very similar to my conversation in terms of the volleyball team. I'm adding that same identity to here. They have to overcome that pressure from St. Pete. They are going to be a challenging team, but nevertheless, the whole point is to just improve this season and build momentum for the long term. PHSC has a golden opportunity. Phil Gaffney is one of the best coaches I have ever seen in terms of my broadcasting career. Right, this is a step up, and this is a process that PHSC completely understands if you're looking from the outside, looking into this team, right? Every game is an improvement. He is hoping that they are either able to win tonight or limit the scoring of the opposition. That is the whole point so far for them. And we're not even talking about conference play. Conference play starts January 24th and will run through February. They have to get at least 2 games, and they're in that Region 8 tournament. So for right now, it's about improvement. It's about repetition. It's about structure, right? They are not the Detroit Pistons of JUCO basketball, right? They want to be that previous Detroit Pistons team where they were down and now. They want to be next year. They want to be the best. They want to sit on top of the Eastern Conference. They want that playoff spot. They want to shock everyone because Bobcat basketball is so unique. And with the direction of Phil Gaffney, with the direction of great players and great coaches all around, you're going to see that improvement. Right? Every game is about improvement. We will see what happens tonight, but moreover, we will see what happens during winter break. There'll still be some social media coverage, and as we enter January 2026 conference play. But they have to focus on tonight's game, one game at a time. That's what Deanne Wilson has said on the volleyball's team, and I can clearly say that that is the Phil Gaffney mentality. One game at a time, improve your craft. It will become successful so much later on. So with 7 minutes and 37 seconds left, we will take a quick break right here, right now. Thank you for joining the Bobcat pregame show. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back for tip-off, national anthem, and of course, PA. Welcome back, everyone, here. Quite an exciting time for PHSC. It's the Bobcats up against St. Petersburg College. PHSC trying to do something they haven't done in 14 years, win against a Division II JUCO school. It's going to be an exciting tip-off here. We had our starting five for both teams. PHSC wearing their white, gold, and black jerseys. St. Petersburg wearing their dark blue, black, and white uniforms. Ball is in St. Pete's hands as we start the first half of action. Masouda being defended by Seldenbridge. Down low pass in the inside, up at the low post, defended by two Bobcats. Here's a jump shot for two that will be made by number 22, Elijah Lepsy. Ball is down low and it's going to be taken out of play. I want to make a correction here. There seems to be a 32 on the roster that we do not have. So that player, we're trying to figure out who that is. It's given to that said player. Ball is out of play on the baseline. Ball will be given to PHSC in the hands of Joseph Stosh. It's given to Malcolm Worthen, number 1 on the Bobcats roster. Out to Seldenbridge, given to Kubek. Kubek steps back, trying to penetrate the inside, given to Stosh. Stosh on the left wing, now going across the baseline. Jump shot for two. That misses. Ball is in the Titans' hands here as they change possession. An attempted jump there by Masouda leads to a foul. A foul by number 1, Malcolm Worthen. And that means that Nama Masouda, a guard and freshman, or Michael Moten, I should say, excuse me on that error, tries to shoot his first shot at the free throw line. And that one misses. We're going to have a substitution here. Number 14 on the Bobcats roster, Jordani Blanc, will be replacing Joseph Stosh. Moten with his second shot, and that will go in. Ball is given to Worthen here. Worthen up midcourt, being defended by Moten. Worthen steps back, trying to direct traffic. It's given to Seldenbridge on the right wing, trying to move on the inside. Jump shot for two, and that will go in. It's 3-2, St. Pete leading by 1. Moten has the ball. It's given with a spin around shot to Lepsy. Bobcats trying to defend this individual, that being number 0, Masouda, with his first points of the game. Blanc trying to give it to Worthen. Worthen has the ball. Ball is on the inside. Ball is down on the ground. It's recovered by Seldenbridge. Seldenbridge jump shot for two, misses the rim. Ball stripped but recovered by St. Pete. Epperson gives it out to Masouda for 3. That misses. Kubek has the ball for the Bobcats, streaking on the inside. Little floater for 2. That ball goes out of play. Deflection off the hands of 2 Bobcats. Seems to be a discussion here with Seldenbridge and then Phil Gaffney with one of the officials here, and a warning to the head coach of St. Pete as well, Ernest Crumbly. It must have been something at the last tail end of that particular play as the ball went out of the baseline, but St. Pete will have the ball here. Lepsy will have the ball for St. Pete at the baseline against Joseph Stosh. Lepsy. It's given to Epperson, being defended by Worthen. Back out to Lepsy. A wide pass up front, trying to connect with a wraparound shot is Nama Masouda, who makes it a 7-2 lead for St. Pete. Bobcats have the ball. Ball given to Worthen by Blanc. Worthen, inside pass to Joseph Stosh. Ball is knocked out of play. Down low pass to Epperson. Epperson trying to go on the inside, tries to give it to Epperson. That was actually Lepsley to Epperson. And the ball goes out of play. Worthen has the ball for the Bobcats here. Worthen trying to find an option with a pass that is taken away by Masonda. Ball stripped. Ball given back to Moten. Moten on the inside against two. A shot that goes off the rim. And the Bobcats go back and forth. It's to Jordani Blanc, number 14. Now back to Stosh. Now inside is Worthen streaking on the inside. And there's going to be a foul. With a foul against St. Petersburg here. Worthen at the free throw line and puts that one in. Malcolm Worthen, a specific player, instrumental in the playmaking so far this season, usually going to be seen with the ball almost every single time when they're moving down court. Ball is off the top of the glass. Ball given to Carter McDole, being defended by Worthen. McDole has the ball. Ball tapped out by Quebec. Quebec keeps it, passes it to Worthen. Worthen just outside of the right wing, moving to his left now, streaking on the inside. Steps back for three, off the rim. Rebound collected by the Titans. It's a one-on-two situation. Nice block by Quebec, number 33, to have the Bobcats turn in some action. Quebec for three, puts it in, drains it from downtown. Being an all-star package for this Bobcats roster, they're only down by one. Masonda has the ball. It's given out to Masonda, I should say, from a pass by Moten. Ball up in the air and put in, I think. It will be, so it's 9-6. Blanc now back out to Garcia. Ball tipped, but recovered by Quebec on the left wing. Given back to Worthen. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Given out to Jordani Blanc. Wraparound shot by Joseph Stosh. Doesn't go anywhere. Garcia trying to defend a Titan. The ball is now in the hands, I believe, by number 0, that being Masonda. Worthen has the ball, wraparound shot, and gets it in. Back and forth affair, ball goes out of play. A battle between a Bobcat and Masonda. And we're going to have I believe media timeout is what they're calling it, a media timeout. So we'll keep a wide shot here. 9-8 is the score. St. Pete up by 1. We're going to get some clarification on the number 32 number. I believe that is supposed to be one of the starting 5. It's what I was given. We're going to get some clarification on that. So number 32 is a new player that we do not have on the online roster, El Sina. Just for clarification, so not on the starting 5 as originally given to me. As St. Pete goes back in play with several players. Green, McDole, Itumi, all out for St. Pete. Play will reset here for the Titans. Ball given to Green. Here's a jump shot for 3 that misses by number 20, Collado. Fight for the ball, stripped by Joseph Stosh of the Bobcats. He's moving, given out to Quebec. Now inside to Joseph Stosh, down low for Boyd. Boyd trying to get it up. Pass off the top, given to the Titans. Here's a jump shot for 3 that is off the rim, but kept in by St. Pete. McDole up against Joseph Stosh, now Quebec. Back out, jump shot for 3, and that will go in by number 20, Alexander Collado, making it a 12-8 game. Quebec slows it down. Quebec moves to his left. Jump shot for 3. Misses on that one, but rebounds. Ball out of play. Heavy collision with him and number 30, Dejan, I should say, Itom. Quebec had the ball and it went out of play. There's going to be a substitution. Seldom Ridge in for Quebec. Ball rattled by Worthen with a shot by Garcia that stopped dead. A hold from Malcolm Worthen. It's blue ball, but for whatever reason, Worthen thinks that he's going to be at the baseline. It's actually going to be number 5, Jaquez Green, a forward and sophomore on the roster. Hurled pass, kept in by Lepsy. Lepsy trying to go for 2 and gets it done. Bobcats down here, but not out. 14-8. Ball given to Garcia, now to Worthen. Worthen being defended by a Titan. Worthen moves to his left, steps back. Now trying on the inside to the high post. Ball is going to be in. Nicely done. From high post to low post, gets 2. It's a 4-point game. Lepsy has the ball. Lepsy against 2. Lepsy puts it in. The Bobcats unable to do anything on that one. It's 16-10. Bobcats got to reset. Boyd on the inside underneath the rim. And there's going to be a call here against number, I believe it is, 24, Carter McDole. And we'll have a side-out play here on the sideline. Malcolm Worthen to the right of me. Ball is going to be given to actually Tavon Dunbar, who replaces Malcolm Worthen. Dunbar, the freshman from Jacksonville, Florida, in for the Bobcats here. Gives it to Quebec. Quebec down low to Joseph Stosh on the low post, and there's going to be a call. Blue 24. Carter McDole is the one responsible for the foul here. And that means number 10, Joseph Stosh, a forward from Zephyr Hills Florida will be at the free throw line, puts that one easy. It's now a 5-point game. Stosh puts that one in as well, so he's 2 for 2. 16-12, a 4-point game. PHSC trying to revive their offense here as we enter 12 minutes and 26 seconds of the first half. St. Leans has the ball, being defended by Garcia. Ball given back out to Green. Green jump shot for 2. That one misses. Boyd has the ball given to Quebec. Quebec streaming on the inside in the short corner. Given back out to Garcia. Garcia trying to strive. Now here's Joseph Stosh at the top of the key. Back to Quebec. Nice shot. Here comes Joseph Stosh for 3. Hits the rim. Ball collected by St. Pete. Collado has the ball, but the ball is stripped and out of play from my visual viewpoint. And we're going to have a media timeout, it seems, right here, right now. We're going to take a quick break because we're going to have some clarification on a couple different things. But we will also include several different pieces of information that you need to know, especially upcoming with men's basketball and, of course, spring 2026. So do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. It is 16-12, St. Pete leading by 4 inside the first half. Lubsey has the ball, jump shot, that one misses. Garcia has the ball, nicely done to keep it in. Garcia now back out to a fellow Bobcat, that being Dunbar. Dunbar way back out, just about midcourt, just past it. Was supposed to be given to Quebec, but Quebec goes down. There was a push. Phil Gaffney calling for a foul at the end of that particular exchange. Ball given to Collado. Collado being defended by Dunbar. Dunbar moving to the right now against Collado. Jump shot by St. Pete. That one misses. Ball still kept in play, or was in play. I think he stepped out of bounds. That being, I believe, number 32, Sina. Worthen has the ball for PHSC, trying to get a shot from the low post. Ball given back to St. Pete here. Masanda moving fast. Given back out to a St. Pete Titan. Pushed forth by number 20, that being Collado with a spin move. Ball is now in the inside lane. That one completely missed. And Quebec has the ball. Great defense. Worthen back to Quebec. Quebec trying to find a middle lane, signaling to Worthen. Worthen now has the ball, being defended by Epperson. Worthen trying to go up against two St. Petersburg Titans, and that goes awry. Ball goes out of play. St. Pete will have the ball at the baseline here. Number 22, Elijah Lepsy, a forward and freshman, up against Joseph Stosh, our very own Bobcat. Epperson to Lepsy. Stosh defending. Lepsy now back out to Moten. Moten being defended by Dunbar. Just entering 10 minutes left to go. Jump shot for two. That one put in by Kevin Salanes, a guard and freshman for St. Pete, 18-12. Dunbar has the ball for Pasco-Hernando to Joseph Stosh. Stosh has the ball. Stosh in the middle, down low pass. It's taken away by St. Pete, another turnover. Pushing on the inside for a jump shot. That misses. Stosh has the ball, given to Dunbar now. Dunbar to Quebec. Quebec on the low post. Jump shot for two, missed by Boyd, but then put in thanks to the efforts of Seldom Ridge, and there's a foul. But so Seldom Ridge will have one shot. The 6'2" guard and sophomore from Hilliard, Florida, went to Flagler College. The ball was put in. Nice one and done there. It's a three-point game. Moten being defended by Seldom Ridge. Jump shot for three by St. Pete. Drains it, number 4. Kevin Salanes has that one, extends the lead to 6, 21-15. Bobcats in need of some points here. Seldom Ridge has the ball. Seldom Ridge back out to Worthen. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Moving on the inside is Joseph Stosh. Stosh back out to Worthen. Worthen in the middle lane, being defended heavily. Back out to Stosh, now back out to Worthen. Worthen, 5-4. Shot missed and blocked by number 32 of St. Pete, Sina. And it goes out of play. Screen to man. We're trying to get some verification on the shot clock here. Ball down low and stripped by St. Pete. Sames has the ball, being defended by Worthen, and there's going to be a call, I think, on that particular exchange. It's going to be against PHSC. Dunbar steps in for Worthen. PHSC down here. It's 21-15, down by 6 with 8 minutes and 31 seconds left to go. Masanda has the ball. Back out to Moten. Moten just beyond the arc. Down low pass. Here's a jump shot for 3. That one is in by Masanda. 24-15. Dunbar up on the middle here. Stops. Looking. Trying to communicate here. Moves on the inside. Down low to Seldom Ridge. Wraparound shot. Does not go anywhere. Moving with full speed is Lepsy. Ball taken, tipped, given out to Hurst, who steps in. Dunbar puts it in. He does it. It misses off the top of the rim. St. Pete has the ball again. It's given back out with a wraparound shot that doesn't go anywhere. Hurst has the ball. It's a back and forth affair, folks. Boyd on the inside. Boyd loses the ball. There's a fight for the ball. Ball is going to be called dead. And there's going to be some discussion here. A media timeout with 7 minutes and 27 seconds left to go. 24-15 is the score here. PHSC down, but definitely not out. They are trying their best, and it seems like for the most part they are doing a great job, at least in terms of the defense, especially up front, trying to get those shots from the low post in particular. When the opposition's coming into their area, they got 2 or 3 defenders ready and willing to get that block shot and then go back the other way. Speed, speed, speed is such an important factor for this Bobcats offense and defense as well. And it leaves me to have a great announcement. Sunday, December 7th, PHSC takes on Hillsborough Community College inside Building K at 6 p.m. Stay updated during the game on our social media pages. PHSC back out on the court. Ball given to PHSC at the baseline with Seldom Ridge. Ball to Henry Hurst. Hurst to Dunbar. Dunbar at the top of the key. Given out to Seldom Ridge. Seldom Ridge jump shot for 2. That one misses. Collected by Lubsey. Lubsey has the ball. There's going to be another call. We're going to get some clarification. A hold by number 24, Darius Miles. It's actually Darius Miles who's in the game. I apologize for that error as well. Ball picked up by Masanda. Ball is up and down and out. Dunbar has the ball for PHSC. Dunbar back out to Quebec. Quebec trying to find a middle lane option. Down low pass given to Joseph Stosh from Dunbar. Seldom Ridge, ball is stripped, kept back in somehow, some way. Great job by Seldom Ridge to keep the play alive. There's only 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Quebec back out to Darius Miles, but the ball is low, too fast, and it goes out of play. Warthen is going to step in for Dunbar here. Warthen will now be at the sideline instead of Seldom Ridge. Warthen being defended by Masanda. Here's a jump shot for 3 by Joseph Stosh. That one misses. Ball is going to be still kept in play by St. Petersburg, with Michael Moten having possession up against Seldom Ridge of Pasco-Hernando. Moten moving its way around. Jump shot for 2. Ball out of the rim. Quebec trying to keep it in, being hurled by Salins. Now back out to Sales after a pass by a Titan down inside to a fellow Titan. Ball moving forth with a jump shot. Rebounded and picked up by Sanaya. Quebec in the middle lane. Quebec down low to Seldom Ridge. Wraparound shot, puts that one in. Uno reverse. And we're going to have a 30-second timeout called by Phil Gaffney. Great wraparound play. Of course, PHSC trying their best here to keep the offense at bay against this team that is larger, more physical, wider wingspan. But PHSC is not down and not out just yet, and we will take a quick break. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Ball goes out of play. Gene Garcia will have the ball at the sideline. Ball is stripped by Masanda. Masanda up for two with a layup. Phil Gaffney trying to explain there should have been a call, but the Bobcats have to reset. Worthen to Darius Miles. Miles stepping out of bounds. Lepsy will have the ball here, being defended by Stosh. Ball given to Moten with some speed. Ball goes out of play this time around. Never mind, there's going to be some type of call. Phil Gaffney and an assistant coach arguing about the play. Something about the dribbling, how that could have affected the play and turnover of possession. Moten has the ball for St. Pete. And there's going to be another call. Call against Garcia. Moten will have the ball for St. Pete. Ball given out to a Titan, that being Sina at the baseline. And there's another call. Another call against PHSC, and St. Pete will have it at the baseline. With Michael Moten having possession. Moten out to Sanaya. Ball given to Masanda. Masanda dribbling, moving to his right, given out. Jump shot for three, drains it with the help of Kevin Salanes with a deep three on the corner. Worthen has the ball. Worthen at the short corner. Worthen trying to move against two. Ball on the inside, ball out of play. And now some discussion between the officials, two officials right next to Seldom Ridge. Seldom Ridge will have the ball at the baseline. Worthen to Seldom Ridge, now to Quebec. Quebec, long three, hits the rim. Seldom Ridge has the ball now, wraparound shot, puts that one in nicely, and there's going to be a call. Seldom Ridge will have an opportunity at the free throw line. Great job on the inside, particularly on the left low post, able to grab two. But Seldom Ridge misses on that, so they are yet to break 20. with 4 minutes and 23 seconds left to go. Lubsey given to Larkins, who is in the game, number 10. Ball back out for deep three. That one hits the rim. With Worthen battling against Moten. And the ball out of play to the left.
Just relax. Nobody even had the ball. Just relax. Nobody even had the ball. Just stand there.
4 minutes and 9 seconds left. Inside the first half of action, 31-19, St. Petersburg leading here. PHSC trying to keep up with the Titans. Here's a jump shot for three off the rim, and another call. And that's going to be, let's see the verdict. A push by a St. Petersburg player, and that means that Joseph Stosh will have the ball at the baseline, the opposite baseline. And now that's actually going to be moved to a shooting situation with Quebec shooting at the free throw line. Ball up in the air. That one is in. 31-20. 11-point game. Quebec trying to make it a 10-point game. Ball is in. So a 10-point game now, 31-21. Ball given to St. Petersburg on the corner here. Being defended by Garcia. Garcia strips the ball. Garcia has it now to Seldenbridge. Low post. Back out to Worthen in the corner. Now to the wing. Directing traffic, trying to find an open lane to Quebec. Jump against one. And at that moment, the play was called dead. Let's see the call here. And we're going to have a timeout here. Media timeout, 31-21 is the score here. PHSC not out of this yet with a 10-point difference. PHSC has trailed in the first half, which has resulted in trailing in the second half. 6 of their games this season, they have trailed in both the first half and the second half, resulting in losses. So for PHSC, 3 minutes and 17 seconds left. If they are conservative with their defense, if they are strong with their offense, especially with Seldenbridge on the low post, Quebec has probably been the best shooter so far in this game. Who knows? This could be a 5-point game. This could be a 3-point game. It's really dependent on these next couple minutes, because then we transition into a 15-minute intermission, 20-minute intermission. Then we have the second half, and honestly, one half can change the whole dynamic of the game. One intermission can either help the team continue to build their momentum or not. It's really dependent on the game plan here for tonight as PHSC goes back out on the court. Quebec will be at the free throw line, has been quite successful tonight. 31-21 is the score. St. Pete leading by 10. Ball up in the air. Good shot, Ben, Phil Gaffney says. It is a good shot. It's 31-22. PHSC Trying to get something good here, and Quebec consistent at the free throw line. Double coverage. Ball is out of play. The defensive work of Quebec, and I believe Worthen or Garcia helped in that regard, but St. Pete will have the ball here with Jaquez Green, the forward and sophomore, on the sideline here, right next to the C section of the stands. Ball is given to Salines. Now back out to Green. Green, direct pass, jump shot for three. That one hits the rim. Collected, though, by Collado. Down low in the inside, floater. That one is in by Green. 33-23, 10-point game. Quebec gives it to Worthen. Worthen at midcourt. Worthen being defended by Masanda. Worthen to Quebec. Quebec trying to get on the inside, unable to do so. Quebec now moving in the middle, loses it, jump shot, and that one misses. Ball given out for a jump shot. That one misses by Lepsy, and there's going to be a call. Call after that missed shot from the center. I believe that was against Jaquez Green. And that means another opportunity for PHSC to tighten the gap. And once again, Quebec at the free throw line. Excellent at the free throw line, has been consistent tonight. Best shooter so far in the game. Ball kept in by Quebec. Wraparound shot, gets it in, saves it. Great job there by PHSC, and more specifically Quebec. Sees the golden ticket. Ball is in the hands of Celine. 17 seconds left on the shot clock, under 2 minutes. Ball given to number 20, that being Collado. Ball way back out to Masanda. Now back to Salines, being defended by Seldenridge. Jump shot for three, off the rim. Collected, though, by PHSC. Great job there in the hands of Garcia. Now to Quebec. Quebec striving on the inside to Seldenridge. Wraparound shot. That's not a go. Ball is picked up by Lepsy, but there was a call at the baseline. Worthen has the ball at the baseline, 33-25. Seldenridge, corner. Worthen, shot up and in. That was great. At the low post, wraps it around. And another call. And that means that Malcolm Worthen will now have his opportunity at the free throw line. The 6-foot sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida. He's a guard. Went to Johnson in Wales. Ball is in. 33-28 is the score. Double coverage against Sings. Ball given way back out to Green. Ball lost in motion, and PHSC will have the ball. With Joseph Stosh, I believe, at the baseline, but we're getting some clarification here. Clock is running when it shouldn't be. some technical issues with the clock, and that'll give me enough time to talk about our social media pages. Obviously, we're all on social media these days, right? You have TikTok, Instagram, Threads, all these different social media apps. Well, if you're interested in our athletics for PHSC, keep up with the latest news on our Bobcats. Go to X, Instagram, Facebook, and our YouTube channel. Seldom Ridge has the ball. Back out to Worthen. Worthen directing traffic, given to Garcia. Garcia at the right wing. Worthen at the corner, short corner, double coverage, trying to find an option, that being Quebec. Quebec on the inside. Lateral pass to Seldom Ridge. 5 seconds for a shot. Got to make a move. Jump for two off the rim. Ball picked up by Quebec, but there's going to be a call, excuse me. An issue with the clock here, the shot clock in particular. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Seldom Ridge has the ball. Seldom Ridge to Garcia. Garcia moving on the inside against three. Ball is stripped. Garcia tries to recover. Garcia has it still. Jump shot by Worthen. That one misses, and the ball goes out of play. And we're going to have a timeout. Well, look at the situation we have here. 33-28 is the score for this really competitive, tight game with 16 seconds left inside the first half of action. I'm Robert Lischak. Thank you for joining us on this broadcast. Obviously, there's NBA basketball going on, the Bulls and the Magic, but obviously it's a great honor to have you here, especially tonight as PHSC is trying to do something they have not done in 14 years, which is win against a D1 school in terms of the JUCO college realm, not like Michigan or Ole Miss. You know, this is a very important time for PHSC. You look at the schedule, there's a lot of D1 opponents, and you have playoffs right around March. You have conference play starting January 24th, and then that's going to be moving into February, I believe February 21st from my calculations, if I look at it here. Yes, that being January 24th through February 21st, when we're going to have some conference games. Again, that's going to be Florida State College of Jacksonville. That's going to be Florida Gateway. That's going to be Palm Beach. Really important games that we're going to have streamed on the Athletics YouTube channel or, of course, given exclusive updates on our social media. Ball down low. Passed to Salines now, to Moten, to Lepsy. Jump shot for three, hits the rim, and there's going to be another call. That jump shot by Salines, and we're going to see what it is. 30 bang. That's going to be Javon Itum, excuse me on that, with number 33, Ben Quebec, once again at the free throw line for Pasco-Hernando. Ball up in the air, and that one is in. Trying to get the second shot up, and he will. It's a three-point game thanks to Quebec at the free throw line. That one hits the top of the glass. That shot by Salines, and it is the end of the first half. 33-30. St. Pete up by 3. Pasco-Hernando trying to do some magic here, especially in the second half. Can they do it? That is the question. Can they do the improbable? We will wait and see. We will take a quick break. Of course, we'll get more information, more updates, and of course, some really great announcements later on in this half with 14 minutes and 40 seconds left before the second half. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This is the halftime intermission. It's 33-30 after the first half. And, you know, for PHSC, they're only down by 3. And I wanted to, first off, show you visually what I've been seeing all game. You've probably been seeing it from your screen, and I've been trying my best to analyze it for you. And I want to give you that general perspective. If we can turn the camera to, I guess, the right side over here, you know, where right next to the S and the C, so the other way. And thank you, Tyler. He's our amazing audiovisual technician. Fantastic, has been able to do so much in terms of the broadcast. So a lot of the things that I've been seeing, let me break it down for you. Let me John Madden this without John Maddening it, right? So most of the points that we have been seeing from Pasco-Hernando really rely on these areas, here and here, right? That's your low post or block, right? They're doing the wraparound shots. They're trying to jump it up for 2. And for Pasco-Hernando, that's great, right, for the more agile players. You know, I'm thinking Seldom-Ridge, I'm thinking Worthen, I'm thinking Garcia, especially in the last couple minutes of the first half. And so for Pasco-Hernando, that's great if they can find open opportunities to go past the Titans' defense, especially when they're going like this, let's say 2 and 2 on each side, and finding a way to get into that area at the low post or block and getting those 2 points. That's a fantastic way of doing it, right? The other part of this team so far with this 3-point deficit has been this magical spot. That is the free throw line. Ben Kubek has been instrumental so far in terms of adding these additional points when the opposition is called for a foul. And so for PHSC, if they're able to get into the interior, if they're able to get to the short corner once again and try to jump for 2 or get on the inside even further across the baseline, especially at the low post or block, they're golden. And if they're able to draw fouls on the opposition end, and so St. Pete is already at a deficit because it's a foul. It adds more tension, or I should say adds more pressure. That's the better wording. And you already have a consistent shooter, that being Ben Kubek. Again, you're golden. I'm keeping my eye out on these areas, right? You're going to look at this guy right here. You're looking at over here and over here. And especially, again, across the baseline. Again, across the baseline, especially in the low post. That is where, so far, we have seen points from Pasco-Hernando. They have not gone deep in 3. The only other time was really in the early portions of the game, and that was with Ben Kubek. So again, for Pasco-Hernando, it's how do you get through such a gigantic defense? Again, this team has some players that are just physically larger. Their wingspans are absolutely incredible. And so with this Pasco-Hernando offense, it's getting in those tiny holes, penetrating those areas more often, again, at the low post or block, the short corner, and either A, going in and getting 2 cleanly, or if the defense for St. Pete falters, going at the free throw line and getting those points there, extending the lead, or at least getting points to then eventually tie it, then extend the lead and go from there. I mean, anything could happen in the second half. I'm not saying that they're going to, you know, always stick to this game plan. That's just what I've seen in the first half. And if they are able to go deep from 3, that's even better. That just adds more points, just adds more clarity, and adds, once again, the bolstering of their offense, which is something that Phil Gaffney has stressed about, improving in every single game. This is a 3-point game. Anything can happen. And so for the Bobcats, it's just doing those things, improving in those particular areas, those shots from the short corner or low post or block, getting inside of that defense, and then being patient at the free throw line and getting your best shooters up there and just scoring, scoring, and scoring. And now I wanted to talk about this. You know, we talked about the men's basketball team, the road ahead. I want to talk about the rest of the sports. I'm so excited to share this because I'm a big fan of PHSC. I've been broadcasting for over a year. I have seen all the sports programs. I have written about the sports programs. I want to talk about what's coming up in spring 2026, and we have a little graphic to show you. Men's baseball is back. The world champions, I like to call it, even though they're the NJCAA World Series champions, or NJCAA World Series champions, excuse me, on that misinterpretation there. They are coming back. Of course, they've had some incredible offense, great infield defense, especially from last season. There are still some great players in there, like Gavin Sossenbreaker, and of course, World Series MVP Braden Durfee. You have men's basketball. They are going to be continuing their play up until right around March. Again, conference play starts January 24th, ends on February 21st, I should say, excuse me, and we'll have playoffs at the tail end of February into early March. You never know what's going to happen. That's why it's called March Madness, and it's on every single level of basketball, from JUCO to the pros, to the collegiate pros. And then, of course, women's softball. Softball is back. Casey Vassallo is the new head coach for PHSC in women's volleyball. Women's softball. Very excited to see that. And then, of course, all the games are at Withlacoochee River Electric Co-op Field and Building K, a.k.a. the gymnasium located at the West Campus. So I'm very excited to talk about that. Of course, you can watch the games right there. The games are free, 100% to attend. Or you can always go and check out the games on our Athletics YouTube channel and check out our social media for updates. And with 1 minute and 53 seconds left, we will take a tiny break. We'll be right back. The second half of action coming your way. PHSC, St. Petersburg. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, here. 30 seconds until the second half. PHSC only down by 3 against St. Petersburg. The Titans hoping to get their first win away. They are 0-2 away. And for Pasco-Hernando, they're trying to do something they have not done in 14 years, which is win against a D1 JUCO school. Very exciting. PHSC hoping to tie it and eventually take the lead. St. Pete hoping to fix some of their woes that they had in the latter half of the first half. And we're going to have tip-off of the second half of action with Seldom Ridge at the sideline here.
We got the initial tip. They got the jump. We got the tip to start the game. It was a jump ball right now. They got it. Oh. Common sense.
Seldom Ridge has the ball at the sideline here. It's given to Worthen. Worthen being defended by Sens. Back out to Seldom Ridge. Seldom Ridge moving to his left. Now to Joseph Stosh. Back out to Worthen in the short corner. Moves forth by James Boyd, number 20. Striving on the inside. Wraparound shot. That one goes off the rim. Double coverage. Ball is taken away by St. Pete. Blue 32. That means number 32 gets the foul. The foul. Sanaya. Joseph Stosh will be at the free throw line. Ball is up in the air. Joseph Stosh will have to reset after that shot misses. Ball put in motion, and that one's in. It's just a 2-point game. Seldom Ridge defending against Moten. Moten has the ball for St. Pete. St. Pete wearing those blue jerseys. Lepsy against two. Blocked shot by Quebec, and we're going to have a call. A foul against James Boyd. And that means that number 22, Elijah Lepsy, a forward, will have the ball at the free throw line. Thus far, it is a 2-point game in the early portions of the second half. That one is in.
Sideline break.
Ball up in the air, and that one misses. Stosh has the ball for PHSC. Given to Worthen. Worthen going up the middle. Worthen moving to his right. Down low to Seldom Ridge. Seldom Ridge at the low post. Back out to Quebec in the short corner. Now to Garcia. Whipping fast against two. Ball up in the air. There's going to be a call. It's going to be against St. Petersburg, I believe.
He's going in the 6-9.
A hit in the face
I know. He's driving at 6-9.
called against Moten.
Need to help him.
And that means that number 2, Gene Garcia, 6'2" guard from Weeki Wachee, Florida, will be at the free throw line. That one misses. Ball up in the air, nicely done by Garcia. 1-point game. 2-point game, I should say. Error on the clock there and scoreboard. Moten has the ball being defended by Seldom Ridge. Moten moving on the inside. Stripped. Picked up by Quebec. Quebec to Seldom Ridge. Seldom Ridge now on the inside across the baseline. Ball is taken away, though, by St. Pete. Lepsy has the ball at midcourt. Lepsy now to Moten, now back to Lepsy. Lepsy at the top of the key. Ball moved to Selene. Selene's at the low post. Ball is kept in motion, but put forth by PHSC. Worthen has the ball now. Worthen defended by Sames. Worthen at the top of the key. Ball is stripped and taken away by St. Pete. Turnover. Saines has the ball. Jumper for two. That one misses. Stosh has the ball. Given to Seldom Ridge. Worthen to Seldom Ridge. Seldom Ridge on the inside. Seldom Ridge low post. Now across the baseline. Given to Joseph Stosh. Stosh trying to move forth inside. Ball still kept in by Garcia. Ball given right directly to St. Pete. It's a back and forth affair. Moten has the ball for the Titans here. Moten against Seldom Ridge, now against two. Jump shot for two, off the rim, picked up by Worthen for Pasco-Hernando. Ball given to Quebec here. Quebec with a burst of speed. Trying to give that back out to, I believe, Garcia. But the ball went out of play. Nevertheless, PHSC will have the ball. Worthen to Quebec, but taken away by Selenes. It's now a one-on-one. Seldenrich has the ball against Lepsy. They'll have to do it again. Lepsy to Quebec. Quebec in the short corner. Back out to Stosh. Now to Seldenrich. Open opportunity. Lays it up for two. Ball is up in the air. Deflected into the stands. Or should I say the bench. Number 24, Elijah Lepsy will have the ball for St. Pete, right up against PHSC's very own bench. Ball, it's given to Moten. The sophomore guard passes it to the St. Pete Titan. Ball moves forth in the short corner. Ball still kept in motion. Back out to Lepsy, jump shot for two. That one misses. Garcia has the ball. Warthen to Stosh. Stosh on the left wing. Now given to Warthen across the baseline, trying to move up inside for two, and there's going to be a call against St. Petersburg. And with that, Warthen will have the opportunity here. Two shots, which means potentially the Bobcats could tie the game. First shot. That one's in. 1 point game. James Boyd will be replacing Joseph Stosh, and it looks like Collado will be stepping in for Sanaya. And that is for St. Petersburg. PHSC will have Boyd step in for Stosh. Ball up in the air for Warthen, and PHSC is now able to tie up the game. It's 34 all. Sames has the ball. It's given to Macedona. Jump shot for two on that low post call against James Boyd. And we're going to have a media timeout. It's 34 all right now. PHSC and St. Petersburg College. Again, Pasco-Hernando trying to do something they have not done in 14 years, which is win against a D1 JUCO school. PHSC doing some nice work so far in the early portions of the second half. With that in mind, I have some announcements for you, especially when it comes to future games and social media. So Sunday, December 7th, mark your calendar. PHSC takes on Hillsborough Community College inside Building K at 6 p.m. Eastern. You can stay updated during the game on our social media pages. Of course, that's going to be on at Athletics PHSC on X, PHSC Athletics on Instagram and Facebook, and of course, following it on all our social media platforms, especially as we enter 2026. More games on the YouTube channel. We have softball, we have baseball, basketball will be continuing. Of course, we'll keep all of our coverage consistent, especially for all of our Bobcat Nation. As St. Pete is out on the court here, PHSC will now be out on the court. Nadma Macedona, Musanda, I should say. Guard and forward, a freshman, number 0 on the St. Pete roster. Musanda misses that one. We'll try to get it on his next opportunity, and that one also misses. Joseph Stosh gives it to Quebec. Now back to Warthen. Warthen trailing behind his teammates. Warthen has the ball, being defended by Moten. Ball to Quebec. Quebec trying to get on the inside. And it's going to be a call, I believe, against St. Pete. Musonda, as Worthen will have the ball at the PHSC bench. It's given back out to Quebec. Quebec signaling to Worthen with 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Quebec out to Worthen. Worthen on the inside. Worthen moving ahead. Worthen with a jump shot trying to get two, and there's going to be another call. Carter McDowell on the end of that foul there. As once again, Malcolm Worthen will have the ball at the free throw line. 2 shots. Trying to break the tie. Puts that one in nicely. Boyd will be stepping in for Quebec. Lepsy will be stepping in for McDowell. Ball is in. 2-point lead. Sandlin's now back out to a Titan, that being Moten. Moten directing traffic back to Musonda. Sonda being defended by Boyd. Now back out to Sains. Sains against Worthen. Collado. Back out to Sains. Sains for 3 off the rim. Picked up by PHSC by the hands of Joseph Stosh. Now given out to Seldom-Ridge for Pasco-Hernando. Seldom-Ridge directing traffic. Seldom-Ridge at midcourt. Seldom-Ridge moving. Going on the inside now, steps back. Back out to Garcia. Garcia on the inside. And there's going to be a call, and that's going to be, I think, against Garcia with that movement. Trying to get on the inside, especially in the center. Garcia and Worthen is out, but Dunbar and Quebec is in. Boyd defending Musonda. Musonda gives it to Moten. Moten has the ball. Moten up midcourt, gives it to Sains. Sains being defended by Dunbar on the left wing. Ball stripped, taken away. Ball rebounded, ball on the ground. There's a fight for the ball. Ball kept in by St. Pete. Trying to move across the baseline is Moten, but I believe that he stepped out of bounds. Seldom-Ridge will have the ball for Pasco-Hernando right next to St. Pete's bench. Ball given to Dunbar. It's a 2-on-1. Ball up high. Ball stripped by Musonda. Ball put in by Collado. And there's going to be a timeout. Dunbar trying to put it up and forth to Quebec. And of course, mayhem ensued. It still is 36-34, a 2-point game, but nevertheless, it could be costly. Again, PHSC trying to build some offensive momentum, I should say, on that. With 13 minutes and 57 seconds left to go inside the second half. We will take a quick break. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, here. It's 36-36 after the Last two-pointer by St. Pete. It's all tied up. Seldom-Ridge has the ball. Given back out to Worthen. Moved laterally. Back to Seldom-Ridge on the left. Moving in the short corner. Ball back out to Quebec. Now back to Worthen. Worthen has the ball. Down low to Joseph Stosh. Stosh to Worthen. Worthen on the inside. Trying to jump for two. Ball is in the air. Moved up by Stosh. Stosh with a nice recovery. It's 38-36. A 2-point lead for your Bobcats. Lupsey has the ball. It's given to Moten. Moten against Seldom-Ridge. Now move forth to a Titan, that being Sames. Short corner. Titan moving against two. Ball still up in the air. Ball goes out of play by Lupsey. But a foul by Joseph Stosh means that there's going to be two opportunities for St. Petersburg. Close game here. Just under 13 minutes left to go inside the second half. Ball is in. 1-point game. Utomi is in for Collado. That is for St. Petersburg. Ball is in, game is tied. Stosh gives it to Worthen. Now to Garcia, back out to Worthen. Down low to Quebec, now to Boyd. Boyd short corner to Garcia for three. That one hits the rim. Rebounded, collected by PHSC. Worthen moving around, trying to get up across the baseline, blocked by St. Pete. There's going to be a call. It's going to be against Elijah Lupsey. Worthen will have the ball at the free throw line. Ball up in the air, and that one's in. That one is in. 2-point game, 40-38, thanks to Worthen. Sames has the ball against Worthen. Sames puts the ball up in the air. It's given to a Titan deep three, and that one is going to connect by Lupsey. 1-point lead for St. Pete. Garcia. Garcia has the ball. Garcia tries to wrap around for two. Ball given to Musonda. Musonda tries to lay up. Ball is up in the air. Ball is down. There's triple coverage. That one goes off the rim and then gets put back in thanks to the efforts of Lupsey once again. Here comes Quebec. Quebec spinning around to James Boyd. It's stuck. It is stuck at the glass and rim. And we're going to have a media timeout. What a weird result that was. 43-40 is the score. Just a 3-point game. PHSC still in it. Nevertheless, this should be an entertaining conclusion to what has been a back-and-forth affair. We'll take a quick break and step aside. Do not go anywhere. More Bobcat action coming your way. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Robert Jack commentating this extraordinarily close game. Excuse me on that. Extraordinarily close game. It's been so crazy that I'm screwing up my words. But it's 43-40. St. Pete up by 3. Pasco-Hernando still in it inside the second half. Moten against Worthen. Moten moving for St. Pete. Trying to strive on the inside. A Superman shot by Masanda. It's 45-40. Seldom-Ridge back to Worthen. Inside to Quebec against 2. Quebec now to Worthen. Worthen slows it down. Quebec inside to Stosh. Stosh, short corner. Back to Worthen. Worthen, short corner, across the baseline. Wraparound shot, gets it in. 3-point game, 45-42. St. Pete leading by 3. Moten against 3, and a wraparound shot. Makes it 47-42. Triple coverage, unable to get that one out of harm's way. Quebec inside to Joseph Stosh. Quebec, short corner, triple coverage. Quebec moves it back out to Seldom-Ridge. Seldom-Ridge moving in, back to Quebec. Quebec directing traffic. Quebec slows it down just a little bit. Quebec on the inside. Ball tapped, kept in by Worthen. Down low to Stosh, double coverage. Shot up in the air. Garcia trying to fight that one. Ball is to Sains. Sains has the ball against Garcia. Sains on the inside. Sains wraparound shot. Sains doesn't grab it. Sains still has it. Double coverage. That one is in. 49-42. Worthen has the ball against Sains. And we're going to have, I believe it was a timeout for PHSC. Getting the clarification. A timeout by Phil Gaffney here. It's 49-42. A couple different plays has now changed the trajectory so far in this action-packed contest. PHSC struggling defensively, especially when the St. Pete Titans are breaching the short corner. PHSC trying their best offensively, doing those similar aspects of their game, going in the short corner, going across the baseline, passing consistently, trying to find open lanes, but nevertheless, it has not been lucky for PHSC, as now St. Pete is back out on the court. (49-42) is the score right now. Seldom-Ridge will have the ball for PHSC. Seldom-Ridge to Worthen. Worthen being defended by Masanda. Seldom-Ridge across the baseline as Worthen's trying to direct traffic. Down low to Stosh. Ball is taken away by Moten. Moten inside! Space Jam. Not a good look for PHSC. Bobcats got to reset. Worthen has the ball. Worthen on the inside. Worthen spins around. Double coverage. Down low. Garcia loses the ball. There's a fight for the ball. Ball is kept in motion by St. Pete. Ball given to Lepsy. Lepsy on the inside. Blocked shot thanks to Quebec. Darius Miles is in for Garcia. That is for the Bobcats here. Substitution. Ball tipped by Worthen and out of play. Moten will have the ball right in front of the St. Pete bench. Lepsy to Moten. Moten slowing it down at a glacial pace. Long three off the rim. Quebec has the ball. Ball to Worthen. Trying to move on the inside to the top of the key. Now he's at the high corner, moves it to Quebec. Quebec on the short corner. Quebec moves it way back out to Seldenridge. Ring around the rosy we go. With Worthen trying to get a bounce-up shot. Ball is still in motion. There's a fight for the ball. Stosh keeps the play alive. With a one-on-one battle at the very end between Batum and Quebec. And I want to see what the call was. It's going to be in the favor for PHSC, it seems. I think Pasco-Hernando will be at the baseline. It seems like it, as Joseph Stosh is at the opposite baseline, number 10 on the Bobcats roster. Dunbar has the ball now for Pasco-Hernando after a pass by Stosh. Dunbar to Worthen. Worthen has the ball, but what is it we have here? Maybe some spillage. Trying to clean up the surface. Looks like it's number 30, Javon Batum, helping with the cleaning there. I do play-by-play on everything. It seems like it, but nevertheless, I think they're still looking to see if that spot is sufficient enough, if they need to clean it even more. Stosh grabs a cloth, and they are going to start working on that particular area. It's 51-44, PHSC still in it with just about 8 minutes and 3 seconds left exactly inside the second half. PHSC was on a 5-game losing streak, hoping not to have it to become 6. PHSC trying to win their first D1 game against a D1 opponent, D2 versus D1 in 14 years. Quebec to Worthen. Worthen has the ball right now. Quebec directing traffic to the right. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Stosh defending. Quebec has the ball. Quebec, short corner. Quebec, spin around. Gutsy! Oh, man! Would you like fries with that? What a great play. Spins around and grabs the two. It's 51-46. St. Pete has the ball. Sains. Given to Moten, now to Sains once again on the outside. Deep three. That one misses off the hands and head of Quebec. Ball put back in motion and is in by St. Pete. It's 53-46. Worthen to Quebec. Quebec inside to Stosh. Stosh looking for someone. Back to Quebec. Worthen trying to get that one in the air, but it's denied. Masanda trying to move his way against two Bobcats. What's the call? A push from Darius Miles with 2 shots. A media timeout. We're going to have a full media timeout here. 53-46, Quebec adding some points with some style. We will take a quick break right here, right now. Do not go anywhere. More Bobcat action coming your way. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. 53-46, St. Pete leading against the Bobcats, but the Bobcats still in it with 6 minutes and 46 seconds left to go inside the second half. PHSC hoping to end the 5-game losing streak. PHSC hoping to do something that they haven't done in 14 years. Win against a D1 opponent. Nadma Masanda is at the free throw line, and he does a good job there. It's 55-46. Seldom Ridge has the ball after a pass by Worthen. Worthen back to Seldom Ridge. Seldom Ridge moving his way around. He's looking for options. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Give it to Quebec. Quebec to Stosh. Stosh on the inside. Gets it for two. And there's a call against St. Pete. They may be down, but they are not out. Joseph Stosh will be at the free throw line. Stosh, one of the highlights from last year, joining PHSC once again. Great job there. It's 55-49. Saints, ball is stripped by Quebec. Here's to Worthen. Worthen for three, puts it in, nice and juicy. The temperature is up to 110. Three-point game. Ball still in motion for St. Pete. Saints has the ball for St. Pete. Deep three, that one's gonna be in. A response by the Titans. Seldom Ridge to Worthen. Worthen has the ball. Worthen on the inside to the short corner. Worthen looking for some options here. Seldom Ridge steps back on the right wing. Moving straight across down low to Garcia. Garcia needing some help. Jumper by Joseph Stosh, and they grab two. Ball taken away to Worthen. Worthen for three. Deja vu, repeated again. It's 58-57, 5 minutes left to go, a one-point game. Moten has the ball for St. Pete. Gonna be defended by Worthen of Pasco-Hernando. Moten has the ball. Jump shot for three, off the rim, collected by St. Pete. Another jump shot for two, and there's gonna be a call. A call against Joseph Stosh with number 24, Carter McDole, the forward and sophomore at the free throw line. That one is in. 2-point game. Collado is in for Saints. 2-point game. PHSC down with 4 minutes and 37 seconds left to go. Misses it. Seldom Ridge has the ball. 2-point game. Seldom Ridge to Worthen. Worthen now gives it to Quebec. Back out to Worthen. Worthen down low to Stosh. Stosh gives it to Worthen. Worthen directing traffic. Worthen to Quebec. Quebec double coverage. Now the inside to Garcia. Back out to Quebec. Quebec needing some help. Step back for three. Hits the rim. Ball out of play. Out of play, but it's called for St. Pete. St. Pete will have possession at the baseline. It was a Bobcat and 2 St. Pete Titans players, but nevertheless, they have to reset. Down low, wraparound shot, gets that in, is Masanda, 61-57. PHSC still in this. Quebec has the ball. Back out to Worthen. Worthen on the inside, loses the ball. Stosh has it. Ball's on the ground. There's a fight for the ball. And the play is called dead. A foul against St. Pete. And we're going to have a timeout. 61-57. A exciting, trailblazing, unpredictable series of events inside Building K. 61-57, PHSC is down by 4 here. Pasco-Hernando trying to get a win here, stop the 5-game losing streak, do something that they have not done in 14 years. I reiterate that over and over again because Phil Gaffney has talked about it all this week. They want to talk about improvement in terms of the team. They talk about trying to improve themselves. And, of course, a transition year for a lot of these athletes coming into PHSC who do not have any other offers. And this could be one monumental game to bring in a positive spirit within this team. Coordination is key, and so far they have done that quite well as we enter the waning few moments of the second half. St. Pete is out on the court right now. Just from my visual viewpoint, you got Collado, you have Masanda, you have Moten, you have number 32, Sanaya. Joseph Stosh will be at the free throw line. We'll see what the results of this one is going to be. That one is in. It's a 4-point game. Went from 5 to 4. Can make this a 3-point game. Got it. 61-59. Ball is given with speed to Lepsy, or to Collado, I should say. And PHSC now on the opposite end here with the foul. Collado went down hard on the ground, but he will be able to go up for St. Pete with a free throw attempt. 2 shots, I believe. Ball's in for the first. Ball's in. 63-59. Worthen to Seldom Ridge. Back out to Worthen to Seldom Ridge. Back and forth, back and forth. Quebec on the inside to Stosh. Back out to Quebec. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Quebec way back out. Quebec with 4 seconds. 3, jump shot. That one misses. Called for a foul, I believe, against St. Pete. Quebec fell hard on the ground. That was against number 1, Michael Moten. And Quebec will be at the free throw line once again. 63-59. Quebec has the ball here. Misses. Can he make it a three-point game? That's in. Three-point game. Ball is to Moten. Trying to put it in is Moten. It's 65-60. Garcia with a pass from Stosh to Worthen, now to Quebec. Shot for three, off the rim. Stosh has the ball. Stosh wrap around. Ball is still out. Ball is out of play. And I believe touched by St. Pete, which means that Pasco-Hernando will have the ball on their side of things at the PHSC bench. I think Malcolm Worthen will have the ball. He's right next to Phil Gaffney. It seems like it. Worthen will have the ball. He's going to be defended by Lisanda. Down low to Stosh. Now to Worthen. Worthen for three, off the rim. PHSC resets for the defense. Moten has the ball, the sophomore guard. Trying to slow down the clock, getting direction from his head coach, Crumbly. Lisanda back out to Collado. Now back out to Moten. Jump shot for three. That one misses. Seldomridge has the ball. Seldomridge has the ball. He's being defended by Masanda. Seldomridge gives it to Worthen. Dumps it to him. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Jump shot. That one misses, and there's not going to be a called foul. It's a 1-on-2 wrap around, and that one is put in. But I don't believe it is called. But nevertheless, there's going to be two shots for Masanda. 65-60, could make it 67-60 with just about 90 seconds to go. 1 minute and 33 seconds. That one misses. Looks like we're going to have a media timeout. (65-60) is the score. 1 minute and 33 seconds. It could be a 66-60 game. It could be a 65-60 game. PHSC, again, not out of this one. They have to finish strong. They got to get points fast, and they got to do it now without drawing fouls, without them getting in trouble and being sitting on the outside looking in terms of the perspective here. Again, PHSC hoping to end the 5-game losing streak. St. Pete hoping to improve their record. They sit at a .400 winning percentage. But nevertheless, PHSC fighting for every inch of this court. One minute and 33 seconds left. Musanda has the ball. Dribbles at the free throw line, puts his shot up. That one misses. Worthen has the ball. Worthen. Steps back. Quebec has the ball. Quebec trying to move in. What's the call? A foul against number 20, Alexander Collado, means that Quebec will be at the free throw line. Can you believe this? He was a hero earlier with some extra points at the free throw line, and as well, a couple points at the free throw line. 65-61. Quebec puts that first one in. That one's in. 3-point game. Carter McDowell will have the ball for St. Pete, being defended by Jordani Blanc. Ball down low to Collado. Fighting, and PHSC has the ball. Blanc to Seldenridge. Seldenridge for three, tipped off and hit the rim. There's going to be a foul. It was a grab, I believe, by Seldenridge. Could potentially make it more difficult for the Bobcats here. They still have 1 minute and 2 seconds left. Number 20, Alexander Collado, the guard and freshman for St. Pete. For the Titans here, he'll shoot at the free throw line. That one misses. Warthen has the ball. Warthen moving on the inside. Warthen has the ball. Moved up front. Crossed the baseline with a shot. But then it was stopped as Carter McDowell will have the ball. Collado steps aside as Sains is put in. Blanc defending that Titan at the baseline. Ball's given to Moten. 1 point game, it says on the scoreboard here. Moten has the ball. Moten moving on the inside, passes it up. Layup for two. That one is down. Trying to rebound. A ball put out of play. We're going to have a timeout. Phil Gaffney has called a timeout. (65-64), 1 point game, 23.4 seconds left. That's what the scoreboard has in place right here, right now. 1 point game, very intense. PHSC, again, hoping to do something they have not done in 14 years. PHSC hoping to end the 5-game losing streak, and PHSC hoping to start December strong. One of the closest games I've ever witnessed as a broadcaster here. St. Pete is back out on the court. Make it a 3-point game. If it's a 2-shot at the free throw line, it looks like Musonda is shooting for St. Pete. Right now it's 65-64, PHSC 64, 1-point game. Could make it a 3-point game. PHSC has to think fast in order to tie it or potentially take the lead. Misses. That one is down. Ball given back to Musonda at the free throw line. Ball up in the air. That one misses. Warthen has the ball. Warthen against Moten. Warthen at the middle. Warthen communicating, directing traffic. Warthen has got to move to Quebec. Quebec trying to spin around. Given to Garcia. Garcia up, denied. There should be a call. There should be a call. And there's going to be a call. There's going to be a call. It's going to be a call for PHSC, a foul for St. Pete. Garcia trying to grab it below the basket, across the baseline. A call was made in the favor of PHSC. They are now figuring it out. Ernest Crumbly discussing it with the head official to my left. And with that, it is over. 66-65, the 2 points counted. But now what's happening? I'm trying to understand what is happening because they called it for PHSC with the 2 points by the hands of Garcia. And they're still talking about it right here, right now. If this stands, PHSC will win this game. If not, we will see. Trying to get confirmation here. I'm looking directly at with 0.4 seconds. Timeout. Timeout called by St. Pete. What a confusing series of events that was. Usually I get confirmation when the game is over. I have Connor here, great assistant, great individual. And I want to get confirmation. We'll have a wide shot here. Again, timeout by St. Pete. St. Pete now is back out. Connor. What's happened? They're deciding to reset to 0.4 seconds. It's still 66-65. Score stays the same. That's the confirmation we got. Thank you, Connor. Ball hurled up in the air. Knocked down by Garcia. And that is it. PHSC doing something they have not done in 14 years. They win against St. Pete, a D1 JUCO program, 66-65, end the 5-game losing streak, and have a strong, strong start for the month of December. What a great game this was to broadcast and to share with you all. Of course, those hectic final moments, getting confirmation, getting everything that they need. It has been such a beautiful moment to see from the broadcasting table. And with that, there's going to be some celebration in the locker room, I should say, excuse me, as the giant Gatorade bucket is now inside the locker room. I think I know what's going to happen. But 66-65, PHSC winning against St. Petersburg College. What a great game this was. For everyone here at PHSC, our AV crew, Tyler and James, and of course, all of Bobcat Nation, stay safe out there. I'm Robert Lischak. Good night. Have the Bobcats turn in some action. Quebec for three, puts it in on the low post. Jump shot for two, missed by Boyd, but then put in. Quebec down low to Seldenridge. Wraparound shot, puts that one in. Uno reverse. Ball kept in by Quebec. Wraparound shot, gets it in. Short corner across the baseline. Wraparound shot, gets it in. Moves it way back out to Seldenridge. Ring around the Rosie we go. With Worthen trying to get a bounce-up shot. Ball is still in motion. There's a fight for the ball. Stosak has the ball. Quebec, short corner. Quebec, spin around. Gutsy! There, it's 55-49. Saints, ball is stripped by Quebec. Here's to Worthen. Worthen for three, puts it in. Take it away to Worthen. Worthen for three. Deja vu.